Hi Capricorn, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Capricornians, it's a very interesting month. We have 3 moons this month, and we're beginning the month with a full moon that is there in your house of home. This is the house of Cancer, and it also rules your mother. And it is joining Mars, which is retrograde in November till about 13th. Now, when a full moon happens in this part of your chart, which has to do with your family, security, home sector, this can bring feelings out in the open. It illuminates the things that you may not have seen earlier. It completes something that has to do with the home or with the family. It could be that you recently moved and now you are finally unpacked and settled. And it's a time where there's something to do with the home, family, and security that would come to your awareness. Perhaps during this time, you will become illuminated to the needs of your family. Maybe you have been spending so much of time in another area of your life that now it's a time to connect. For some of you, it could be like a reunion. The family members could be getting together and your home will be a happy refuge. And this house, it's a karmic house. So it's past, it's history. So we gain insight during this time into the past or something as to where it is that you are heading into the future. On the third, we have Venus, that is there in your house of higher mind and learning and also travel. Now, Venus over here is going to encourage you to feel free. It wants you to give that independence, and it's encouraging you to go ahead and have some adventures. If they can expand your mind, especially people with whom you interact with, if they are as free thinking and if they are as progressive as you want them to be, then this is a time that you will be seeing things differently from where that you have been seeing them before. And you could open up to a new way of thinking and living. Capricornians, even though you love stability, you want to know as to what your future is, or you want a guaranteed outcome as to what is it that is going to be happening with you in the future. But in this Venus phase, it's a time where you are going to be seeking change subconsciously, and you are going to be attracted to people who are providing that to you. Some of you could also take a class on something new or meet someone over there or become interested in someone who's a philosopher or a linguist or a writer. And you will find greatest pleasure in expanding your mind and having new experiences that allow you to learn and teach others what you have learned. This can be a good time for reading and for speaking. On the 14th, we have Mercury retrograde, that is there in your house of groups of friends. And it's a time to be catching up, and retrograde is all about redoing, whether it is re-looking at the contracts that you may have signed, or it is revisiting some, a project or a contract. It's not the best of the time to be investing heavily in electronics. It's not a great time to be signing contracts or even getting into a new job. So for a lot of you, you could bump into some old friends unexpectedly, and this transit also indicates a withdrawal from the social scene for a while, and which may happen by choice or by circumstance. Now, if this so occurs that there's a bit of a withdrawal that is there, it can be that you need to take some time out to discover who you are. A great time for introspection as well. Most of this can happen when too much has been spent socializing, and there's very less time that you have spent introspecting. I think with the current pandemic situation, naturally there wouldn't be that active a social life. So it's a great time to be sitting and doing some introspection and thinking about as to where it is and how it is that you want things to be ahead. You can expect some misunderstandings with friends during this time, and be sure that you have the right end of the stick before you cross them off your Christmas card list. And gossip and rumor could play havoc with otherwise good relationships. So it's good to follow the hear no evil and speak no evil motto right now. It could, however, be the time to weed out connections that no longer serve you. And Mercury retrograde over here, it can help you to discover who your friends really are and why you move in the circles that you do. It also serves as a reminder that people make their own decisions in the end. You can't control what others decide to do. This house is also connected to your goals and your dreams. So recapture a dream that you once had to get inspired about the future. Research networks that may help you towards your goal. On the 16th, we have a new moon that is there in your house of career. This is the house of your reputation and how it is that you want the world to perceive you. So there could be a heightened sensitivity to your standing in society, and your goals for constructive progress are highlighted this month as well. It is a good time to develop new business plans and goals, assuming that the new moon is not reflected in your natal chart, and a sense of renewal and reinvigoration with regards to your career goals is potential. Capricornians, it's a time to focus on elements of your personality that you're projecting to society and as a professional. So goals of self-mastery and self-discipline should be made at this point of time. This is a phase where you will be busy with career or with public responsibilities. On the 23rd, we have Sun that joins Mercury in this house of groups of people as well. So there could be a lot of conversations. Maybe, you will have the courage to say exactly what you feel about a certain group. Maybe you no longer want to be associated. Maybe someone in the group will point something out which may not be very pleasant. On the 31st, we have the last moon, the full moon that is there in Uranus and Taurus, and it is there in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. It's very interesting. Now, Uranus makes a transit after 84 years, and it stays in a specific sign for approximately 7 years in our lifetime, depending as to where it is, when it is that you were born and how old you are now. We all experience Uranus at least once in our lifetime. Now, the interesting thing is that Uranus, of course, as you know, he's the wild boy of astrology. He's the mad scientist of astrology, and anything and everything that he touches, he just brings about a lot of disruption and a lot of chaos. I personally believe that Uranus comes as a huge catalyst in our lives. I think things that we are, or areas of life which we are refusing to grow in, we are refusing to evolve, or we are refusing to change, that is where Uranus comes and creates a lot of disruption and makes us and forces us to look at things in which, otherwise we won't have out of our comfort zone. So, since for you it is that in your house of love, romance, and creativity, you will want that, you would be very keen to make something last. But the disruptions that Uranus is bringing about, it will force you to look at your love life very differently. It can be that you meet some very eccentric people, or that you are involved with someone who's absolutely unpredictable or unreliable, or you feel that you just cannot depend on this person. The Uranus transit is there till about 2026, so you will find things sort of, settling down after that. So don't worry, it's not like a lifelong thing, but you just till then need to really tighten your cosmic seatbelts and just hang on. Also, some of you will be quite tired of a love affair during this time, and you would want the stability, you would want the marriage, and you would just be thinking, I don't know where it is going or what is it happening. But there are very less chances that stability is going to be coming for the next 5 years. Some of you who have been trying to get pregnant, however, out of the blue, quite suddenly you could get pregnant during this time. And I think as far as creativity is concerned, you would find, suddenly this really surge of creative energy that is there, and you could, maybe you've never painted in your life, or you've never, written, and all of a sudden you find yourself doing or pursuing a creative hobby and doing rather well in it. So, having Uranus in any part of our chart, of course, certain specific ones, it is hard, more challenging than the rest. But the only way to deal with the Uranian energy is to be adaptable, because it rules the internet. So it's dynamic, it's swift. So the more flexible you are, the easier it is to manage it. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Capricornians. I do hope I'm audible this month. I look forward to seeing you next month, and thank you so much for watching.